Hello everyone and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, the return of the soldiers. So what with the release of Magic Foundations, we got a new soldier card in Ballyrush Banneret. A 2-mana, 2/1 Kithen soldier that says Kithen spells and soldier spells you cast cost 1 less. So guess what? Now we can aggressively push out our shell much faster in a soldier deck. So the good old soldier deck can now actually scare our opponent with a lot of fanciful plays. We have in the early game 4 Yoshin Frontliner, 4 Recruitment Officer, and 4 Warden of the Inner Sky. The good old 12 1-drop package in soldiers to make sure that we have a 1-drop turn 1. It's important. We have to have that tempo because we don't have any late games. We have to be able to get on board here. Turn 2, however, there are some choices. We have 4 Ballyrush Banneret, 4 Resolute Reinforcement, which can come into play with the Ballyrush Banneret, on turn 3, because it will only cost 1. 4 Valiant Veteran, a board Anthem effect, and then we have 3 Protect the Negotiator. In fact, I'm going to put them over here. It is a counterspell. We are not going to talk about them yet. We have 2 Harbin, Vanguard, Aviator to buff our whole board, and one of my favorite secret tech, Swiftblade Vindicator. A 2-mana, double strike vigilance trampling soldier. It is red though, a Boros card in an Azorius deck. Here's how it will work. We'll talk about it later on, but we have a lot of lands to get there. Now, on 3-drop, we have 4 Siege Veteran for buffing our board, especially buffing the Swiftblade Vindicator or Warden of the Inner Sky. And then we have 4 Sky Strike Officers to get us card draw and get additional soldier tokens when we need to. And of course, rounding it off on turn 4, we got 2 Myrel, Shield of Argive, 4-mana, 3/4, basically Grand Arbiter, is it Grand Arbiter? I think it's Grand Arbiter on our opponent's turn, makes it so that they can't cast spell, activate abilities, or on our turn, to our opponent. Makes it so that on our turn they can't do anything, but just kind of takes our damage. And then we can, whenever Myrel attacks, we also create X11 soldiers, where X is the number of soldiers. So you can see how fast it can snowball. Now, in terms of the combo synergies, Siege Veteran actually gives +1/+1 counters on Warden. Very important, because when Warden has 3 +1/+1, it just flies. It doesn't say that you have to tap him to get, or you don't have to use the tap ability to get +1/+1. It just says that if Warden has 3 or more counters, he'll fly. So that's an ability to consider. And then, of course, Siege Veteran pumping the Swiftblade Vindicator makes that double strike vigilance trample all the more scary. And so, that's the whole idea of this deck. Of course, then we also have 3 Protect Negotiator to stop our opponent's board wipes. Protect Negotiator is not a very good card in a lot of matchups, but against slower decks, you can definitely hold on to this and think about how you want to interact with your opponent with a counterspell. It's not a great counterspell, but it is something that can be used. It can get there, but it's all about timing, right? You don't really have to kick it. It's just 2-mana counter target spell unless usually opponent pays 2 or 3, which is kind of like a mana leak. It's not bad in control decks, but in tempo or aggressive decks, you definitely want to make sure that you have a board presence and that you're not just holding this hoping to catch your opponent on something. You're holding this hoping to make sure you win the turn after or have such an overwhelming board that your opponent can handle at the turn after. So yeah, that's why it's in the deck. And then the land base, guess what? 20 lands only. We're going really, really low into the curve. So 3 plains, 1 island, 4 Floodfarm Verge. Floodfarm Verge is funny because, we don't really get the islands or the plains to give this blue mana, but that's okay. Most of our cards are already white mana anyways. 4 Fortified Beachheads, very important because this is a soldier deck, and Fortified Beachhead requires us to have soldiers to be a land that comes into play untapped. Then we have 4 Caverns of Souls and 4 Secluded Courtyards. Play this, name soldiers, you're going to get the red mana you need to cast Swiftblade Vindicator whenever you need to. So I think that's what makes this deck really good, really synergistic. And I love Swiftblade Vindicator. I want to see how well it can do. Nobody's running it, at least not that I've seen, in this soldier deck because everyone thinks Azorius, they go to the sort and then just sort by these 2 colors. And guess what? They're going to miss out on some crazy good soldiers. So yeah, that is the whole deck list. Now let's go into the games. Alright, our opponent is Raifei27. And they also goes first. Kinda had to do it. I mean, in all honesty here, like, opponent goes first, it's just a game over. For most matchups, because this is a temple game, or temple deck. Have to play the temple game. Okay, he can bat me, but what is he going to take? Probably the Valiant Veteran. He could take the Ballyrush. I don't know how good it is, since I really only have a one play next turn. Okay, he takes it. I don't think I agree with that, but then again, it's not necessarily wrong. Of course, if I don't draw a third land, I don't think it matters. Duress is going to take my Protect and Negotiator. That's not worth it. That. Do I draw a land, though? I do draw a land here. That's pretty important. So, I think on a Siege Veteran. You can cut down the Sky Strike officers, and I don't really get much out of it. Unholy Annex. Alright, he's gonna take more damage. That's good for me. Sort of. For now, it's good for me, right? Eventually, it'll be bad. So I can play the Sky Strike officer, but I'd much rather play 2 Wardens. What am I going to do with 2 Wardens? Tap it to make my Warden fly? I can go. It's Vigilance now. So he has to kill the Warden, and he has to kill the Siege Veteran. And those are something, right? Slasher. Alright. Okay, I need 4 lands for this. But this flies. I could play... I guess I'll play the Officer. He's seen the Officer. Maybe I played the Ballyrush. But I can't rush him if I play the Ballyrush. This... actually... I think I want to attack first. He just takes it. There's a big demon coming my way, I guess. That means I play the Sky Strike. Because if he plays a big demon, then he can't really answer the Sky Strike officer. There's a lot of things for him to answer. There's a Bloodletter. I mean, yeah, you have a Bloodletter, but does that help? You just chump, right? Cavern, alright. Cavern's pretty useful, same soldiers. But I think I want to play the Valiant Veteran. Swiftblade's pretty fun, but I can't get everything in this turn. I can Ballyrush into a Valiant Veteran. I think I should do that. Right, if I do this into a Valiant Veteran here. That pumps the board. Alright, there's 1. I can tap these 4 for another one. I can't really use that right now. On this. It's gotta block something. I missed lethal here. I missed. No, he gets lifelink there. Also, if he wipes the board, the Siege Veteran will give me a bunch of 1/1s. Anoint. Do I tap this? 1, 2, 3. No. 3. I'm not blocking the 2/2, right? I'd much rather block with the Ballyrush. It's got 3 mana. Can he remove 2 of my blockers? 1. Still get a 1/1 here. Or a 2/2 actually. No attacks. But this board. This board though. Alright, we still can overwhelm. The soldier way. Alright, our opponent is... Oh man, Phage, I can't read your stomach. What does that say? Odious? Odious? Hey, we're gonna go first. Man. They're that good of a player? Okay, well our hand is pretty decent. I gotta say here. Alright, so we're gonna start with Recruitment Officer. Did I say hi? I did say hi. He's very obliged. He's obliged to aggro me. That's fine. I guess we'll play an island. I don't want to let known that I'm soldier deck. We're gonna Recruitment Officer into a veteran. It's gonna be pretty useful here. Not Recruitment Officer, Resolute Reinforcement. Named Soldier. We're gonna play our Valiant Veteran. We're gonna play Warden. Always play Warden before the Ocean Frontliner, because the Frontliner can be free. Potentially free, right? And if he does not remove, Harbin will kill him. That is the board. Soldier still does the go first thing. It's insanely fast. But if he has a temporary lockdown, we do just get locked down. Do they still run that? Do people still run that? Is he slow rolling it? No, just a leyline binding. He's gonna bind the Valiant Veteran, of course. Alright, so I don't get the instant kill. I think I want to play the Frontliner. I guess also I want to play the Harbin. Do I want to catch him off guard? I mean, I can't really do anything with the mana anyways. Might as well use this for additional damage. Down to 6. He didn't have a Boar last turn. He's gonna have a Boar this turn. Myrel. He's gonna have to kill Harbin, right? No, GG. Yeah, too fast for you. Good game. Alright, our opponent is Solferg. Ferg's letting me go first. Yeah, it's fine. It's a hand. Soldiers. Recruitment Officer. It's funny enough, I can't even use the Recruitment Officer's ability. Meticulous Archive. It's gonna instantly get something? No. Okay. Well, not that it matters, honestly. Because I can't play the Protector. I'm not saying the Surveil doesn't matter, the Protector doesn't matter. Because I cannot target anything since I don't have blue mana. Flood Maul. You don't want a Flood Maul? He has another Flood Maul in his hand, huh? Just all of them. Okay. That's fine. He's probably going to bounce the Siege Veteran. Don't think he will bounce the Recruitment Officer or Harbin, right? That's not a smart play. Yep. Down to 13. Kiora. Draw 2, discard 2. Whenever it attacks, if he has Threshold, he creates an octopus. He only does not have Threshold right now. He's got 4 in his graveyard. I want to get 4 damage through anyways, right? But if I don't think he's going to block this. But now with the Kiora. Alright. Gonna make that 8-8. Make me earn it. It's gonna bring back the Oculus probably. Founding. It's gonna Founding into the Oculus? Could work. Chapter 1. Moment of Truth. He gets 1 more in his graveyard, so it does not have Threshold yet. God, I hate this deck so much. This land base was kind of wonky, right? It was not drawing me the cards I needed. I got Protect the Negotiator that could have held up, but I honestly don't even think I would have held it up instead of Temple. Another Founding. He really wants to mill his graveyard. Oh, he just milled himself? Why would you? To get the Kiora, of course. There's an 8-8. There is an 8-8. But this just buffs board. So he blocks this. He takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's still lethal. It's just lethal on board, I think. That was not a good play. Alright, our opponent is Lin. Yeah, well, hello Lin. We're gonna go first, but no 1-drop. Also a dead card. Swiftblade is a dead card because we did not get the land we need for Swiftblade. So I guess I'll mulligan his hand. Now I have 1-drops. Cool. This hand I can keep. I can also put back a land because, you know, 3 land is great, but much rather just be able to play stuff. Let's go with the soldiers. Warden time. Is he gonna just shock off my Warden? Shock and all. No Heartfire Hero. Alright. This is fine. Do I tap the Warden? Am I going to block the Heartfire Hero? Let's scry. I need a 3rd land next turn anyways. We're gonna have to race. Second Heartfire Hero. Well then, he's gonna do shock one of the creatures off. That's not much. Deals 1 damage to me. I decline. You do that, I get Siege Veteran. Now, I could tap 3, but I'd much rather just use the Siege Veteran to pump Warden. Right, I use... yeah. Frontliner can block. I don't know, maybe I'm too passive. But you gotta be passive against the Heartfire Heroes. Those are not fair cards the opponent has. And they can just overrun the Yotian frontliner, so that's not really a block that's happening. This blocking is happening. I also have no life gain in this deck. Maybe Shelter by Ghost can actually run in this deck. I never really thought about it, but yeah, maybe Shelter by Ghost is better than Protect and Negotiator. Because Protect is a counterspell against Board Wipe, which is fair, it could happen, right? But more importantly, it's like these early games where I want to have some life gain to fight these kind of decks. Our opponent ropes. What can he have in his hand that he needs to rope this long? Like, what is it, just shocks? You can still use the shocks. Okay, fine. You're gonna be like that. You're like that kind of player. Just play it this way. All right, he's just he's roping out the whole game. So yeah, that's. I guess it's GG. I don't know what he has. Is it that bad that he couldn't kill the Warden in the Inner Sky there? But yeah, this is basically overwhelming him because the Siege Veteran is able to give Warden +1 on counter, which makes it flying and vigilance, which means I can block and attack all at the same time. He can rope all at the same time. He's definitely roping it out. Alright, so I don't think he's going to block, right? His whole turn went away. Since his whole turn went away, I'm going to use the Siege Veteran's ability. One here, and one on the frontliner, probably. Attack with the frontliner and the Veteran. I pumped the... I mean, not the Veteran, the Warden. Not going to use the Warden, so I'll end the turn. He still have rope. Like, he's lots of rope. It's two turns already where he burned out the entire rope here, so the third turn should be able to explode his face. I was going to say make him concede, but that's not it. Now his face should explode right now after the rope finishes. So I'm going to cut the video here. He's not going to do much. Alright, after 5,000 years, we came back to watch his face explode. There is the entire rope burning down to 0. And now he will die. There you go. Worthless. Alright, our opponent is Johantan? Is that the name, Johantan? Alright, we're going first, Johantan. We got Floodfarm, Fortified Beachhead, Plains, and then creatures to back that up. That's not that bad. The downside is I got a frontliner, which means the Ballyrush actually can't do anything on turn 2. Well, can't do anything fancy on turn 2. Maybe I should have played Plains first. Uh-oh. Is it just Myrel? Lay down arms? Alright. It's a very aggressive lay down arms, honestly. I'm kind of giving it away right now. Here's a Ballyrush. I actually can Myrel next turn, if he doesn't kill the Ballyrush. We'll just lay down arm again. He probably has more than one. Awesome. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Every card removal in his deck? Is that what's going on here? Carricade? Finally! Not a removal. Oh, you're missing a land drop there, buddy? We're not gonna let that go, are we? I make a soldier. You got 2 lands. Probably have more ossifications, to be honest. Well, he just let me go, so I decline. I'm gonna Siege Veteran. Does this pump power? No. Yeah, I'll pump this. It's a lot of creatures. You gonna chump? You should probably chump. Or you can quit. That works for me. Just remove, quit. Mana Screw is not fun, is it? Alright, our opponent is 7. Yo. What's in the box? What's in the box? The box is letting me go first. Not a great 1-drops, but guess how to make do. I will keep. Let's see what he plays. Do I recruitment officer into damage first? Maybe, right? So I'm not resolute reinforcing into nothing, where Swiftblade already does 2 damage. And this will definitely throw him off on what I'm... Okay, that... Does that change much? So, yeah, does that change much? If I play this, I can play the Resolute Reinforcement in the same turn. Doesn't change much, but I do want to do this right now. Because any buff on the Swiftblade is insanely good. So, we'll see what he tries to do here. Up to Beanstalk. Pretty slow, but he might have the time. He's really going up that Beanstalk. Aurora. Yeah, here comes Overlord. Yeah. Draws a card. Man, if I just have 1 buff spell. Frontliner is free. I could just get a Sunfall here and then I just die. Sky Strike is good, but I need a buff. Activate only the sorcery. Yeah, I can't activate instant speeds. He is at 6. But he does not have a Sunfall here or some sort of board wipe. I win, otherwise he win. So yeah, that's good old Magic. Old school Magic, right? Turn 4. Do you have your Wrath? Okay, fine. Actually, no, he can't Sunfall me. He can still have Wrath effects, but he's only got 1 white from the Overlord there. Second Overlord. Not playing it on the Overlord side. That's an interesting choice. Draw an extra card, but you got 2 mana now. Can he do anything about the Vindicator? Okay, he's gonna leyline the Vindicator probably. Will he take out the Warden? Oh, he took out the Warden. That's a mistake. Not like I can punish this mistake, but that is a mistake. This is a double striker. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. He's dead anyways. Very dead. GG. Goodbye. Didn't do anything there. Alright, our opponent is Falcor 2710. He's got that core. Core strength. We go first. Good hand, go first on. Not great, but still good. So I will keep to it. It's Soldier on. I think I'm gonna Warden first. Do I deal 2 damage first? Warden's threatening her. Black. So I think I'm gonna Fluff Farm. Play the Officer? Or do I play the Recruitment? Resolute Reinforcement's better, right? Main phase it, so that I can do this. That's a good draw. I would like that draw. Golgari. See how Golgari wants to handle. probably gonna have removal at this point. He's gonna want to remove the Warden. Yeah. That's why I tapped the Warden. I still get the Scry. That's a good card to Scry onto. I mean, it's good, but not great, right? Because you can just kind of play over it. Kalista time? No. Just removal? Put it over here. Will he even try to remove? He didn't try to remove. If I play Harbin, he'll remove Harbin, right? I want him to remove Harbin more than the Sky Strike Officer, probably. Because I don't really get an extra soldier here. Yeah. Kill this! Look over here. Good game? Oh, again. Am I just dead? Am I just dead? Okay, no, he's dead. Because that's a good game, somewhat. Not really. It was very fast. I guess our opponent draw dead. Alright, our opponent is Ero. Eroge? Eroge's not letting me go first. And this is not a great hand, right? I got Frontliner into a Resolute Reinforcement. I can't even play the Vindicator until I draw one of the lands I need. So it's really only a 3-card hand. But we are going second, so we draw an extra card. I want to keep this hand. I mean, turn 1 Frontliner is not great of a card. Frontliner with the Vindicator, though, could be good. If I can draw... If I can... It's like a very big if, but... You know? Vindicator is such a rare card in this deck that... I don't know if I can justify mulliganing it. Our opponent is taking a long time. They also got Black Sleeves, which make me think they're just going to remove everything. If that's the case, then this is not a good hand at all. Alright, too many Ballyrushes with nothing to kind of back that up, I think. Actually, Ballyrush backed up Ballyrush, right? So put back the Protect. Can't really afford to Protect here because our opponent goes first. Swamp, go. Who could have seen that coming? I drew the 3rd Ballyrush, which is kind of ridiculous, but here we are. Huh? It's a reanimated deck? It is a reanimated deck. Can't attack into a mutt. Man, even Reanimator get to go first on this deck? Soldiers, how far has it fallen? If I draw a 3-drop here, this would actually be a good start, but I don't know. That's a weird attack. Why would he attack there? Obviously, I'm the aggressor and he's the control. Maybe he has a bargain ability? He definitely has a I want to take forever ability. Phyrexian Flesh Gorger. I mean, Fortified Beachhead is cool and all, but... You know, what I need right now is actually creatures that I can use. Okay. Fine. Guess we're just gonna die. It's already turn 4, he can just zombify now. Okay, not yet. Still not looking to have fun here. Maybe if I drop Protect the Negotiator next turn. Liliana.
This is my home, and I don't appreciate it.
Oh, I can do that.
I'm tired of your secrets.
I got a bunch of dead cards. Sky Strike Officer. I'm pretty sure he's just gonna zombify next turn. No. Probably not. We killed the Lily, right? We killed the Lily.
Whatever. Luck favors the foolish, after all.
If he has Zombify here, we get got. Maybe he unearthed it? I don't know. Maybe there's a... like no more lies or something to kill Warden. If there's a no more lies, right? I could take the damage. It's not worth it to block it. If he zombifies, I lose anyways, so... Does he have it? Terratide. He has all that. That gives me a lot of 1/1s. I don't know. It's barely there as it is. Now how many does he have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can kill my Warden with the second Terratide. Maybe that would have been a good reason to bump it up. But if I bump it up, I would not be able to attack with a Warden. And I wanted to attack with a Warden, right? Skinship Doll. Okay, draw this card. It's down to 1 card. Okay. Don't want another Warden here. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's... Man. Just... Okay, another Mutt. Does discard a card to draw a card. What is his last card in his hand? It was a land. Can we get there? Siege Veteran, maybe. I mean, this is gonna come out. Actually, yeah, that's lethal, right? Unless he has a removal. Did he actually top deck a removal? It's kind of mean. There's a stick, so there's something. Maybe it's a cut down. If it's a cut down, then he doesn't die. He cuts down the wrong card. It's hilarious, actually. You know what? I'll take that land. So I don't get the Siege Veteran effect. I guess he didn't cut down the wrong card, right? So he can go down to 1 this way. He has to block the Mud. Or, yeah, block with the Mud. Chump. He goes down to 1. I got a 7-8. He's got 1 turn. And next turn I can play my Myrel. Does he get Zombify here? It's the card he's been looking for the whole time. That's basically Zombify, right? Yep. Were you going to bring Atraxa? I don't think Atraxa is a good enough card. But you might still get there. With the Atraxa. Yeah, 1 top deck. 1 top deck to rule them all. Flying Vigilance, Death Touch, Lifelink. No, he just gets the Valgavoth. I'm at 8-9. Can attack with an 8-9, but he still can't really get there with the... I think Atraxa would have been a better card. But you never know. See, yeah, that's a dead card. You can't really do anything there. So the Valgavoth cannot attack. And he kind of has to block the Warden. Gains 9 life. If he blocks this, he takes 9 damage. This is when Myrel attacks, right? So he can then play my Myrel? I don't like that too much. Well, this is just... Okay. Siege Veteran. That's a good card. Now, if I attack with the 9-10, he has to block. Or he dies. So I'm not even going to attack him with the Myrel. Yep. The Terratide just attack, just block, just chumps. He's at 10 life instead of, 1 life. And he has a Murex token. There's a lot going on for him now. But what does he top deck here? Because he top decked an insane card last time. Just freaking cruelty of the Gix. You top deck Zombify? No, you top deck a land. Alright. That's GG. All that good luck's not going to help you now. Goodbye. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you've seen all of those aggressive decks, aggressive games, I should say, how does this deck feel? I gotta say, though, I had really high hopes for the Swiftblade Vindicator. It did not pan out. It did not pan out as much as I thought it would. But I don't know if it's its fault, because a lot of the cases, we just didn't draw it because we only have one off. And I don't think there are enough buffs in this deck to really take advantage of that. But it's not a buff deck, right? It's not a Boros, was it heroic deck? Like in the olden days. So I think the Vindicator really is just there as flavor. Another thing that I did think about with this deck is that it's very aggressive. So Protect the Negotiator may not be as good as what I originally thought, which was hold on turn 5 to or turn 4 or turn 5 against a Wrath effect or a Sunfall. But really, a lot of the games, we don't really get to last that long. And if I have a Protect the Negotiator in my hand, it's kind of just a dead card because I want to vomit out onto the board. Now, another thing that I definitely overlook is Myrel, because I thought it's a 4-mana card. I don't really get to turn 4. So why would I have more than 2 Myrel? It's just going to get stuck in my hand. But what I forgot is the card that I actually included in the deck, Ballyrush Banneret, which makes my soldier cost less. And because of that, I want to have soldiers that I normally would have came out later, but now can come out earlier. That sounded dumb, but yeah, it makes sense if you think about it. So, Myrel can actually come down turn 3 if we Ballyrush turn 2. And that's really, really good. So, that's why I think I want to cut, if I play this deck again, I want to cut a Protect Negotiator for a 3rd Myrel. And if we're really, taking out the flavor, taking out the fun of the deck, and just trying to win, I'll probably also cut the Swiftblade Vindicator and put in the 4th Myrel. Then, it will be a Myrel Rush deck, and I think it will be a lot better. But, right now, it's still a fun deck. We got a lot of consistent wins. I think of the games today, most of the wins are where we got to go first, or where we are able to hold tempo against an opponent. As soon as we're able to hold tempo, it just overwhelms our opponent with super high number of creatures on board. And the great thing about things like Siege Veteran is that if our opponent removes it, then all of our soldiers comes back as a bunch. Well, if our opponent board wipes with Siege Veteran on board, as you saw in one of those games, then all the soldiers will come back as 1/1 tokens. And the 1/1 tokens can still get us damage or help us pump Warden of the Inner Sky, which then overruns our opponent anyways. So yeah, I do think this is a very strong deck, often overlooked by the fact that there's other aggro deck that people like to run more, and they got used to in Bloomburrow days, no, Dustmourne days, and now Foundation days. People are used to Boros aggro, people are used to Boros burn, and a lot of people are also used to Boros convoke or Jeskai convoke. A lot of people are forgetting about the good old soldiers, and now they're back. That's really all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.